మీకు రాజకీయాల వైపు వెళ్దాం, బీజేపీలోకి వెళ్దాం, ఒక మినిస్టర్ అవుదాం, స్మృతి ఇరానీ లాగా మీరు కూడా
See,
పార్లమెంట్ లో నిలబడి.
I have never said no to anything which is, what do you call, which is surprising to me. And I won't be surprised if someday I decide to do something like this. Because at the end of the day, I have never been able to predict where my career goes or what I do. I have never been able to do that. Every time I feel that this movie is going to like make 50 crores, it doesn't. And every time I feel that this is very bad movie, it works. I have never been able to understand what works, what doesn't work. So now I have stopped thinking about it.
ఇయర్ స్టాప్ ఫర్ ఎ వైల్. ఇప్పుడు ఇదే పాయింట్ మీద నేను అడుగుతాను, అగ్లీ స్టోరీ ఏంటి?
So Ugly Story is a movie which is showing the mirror to the society, and very much honestly, a lot of people avoid seeing that mirror. Nobody wants to see. There are a lot of people suffering, there are a lot of people going through something. Everything happens behind the closed doors. We don't know how a nice man here is behaving with the wife inside.
In a rude way.
We don't know. So this movie shows that mirror brutally and honestly. When I watched it, I felt very uncomfortable. I felt like it is so sad that somewhere somebody is going through this, and it is that reality check that is important. Same goes with Chinnari Peli Kutru, child marriage, very sensitive topic. When I was shooting for Chinnari Peli Kutru, had no idea that it happens still. According to me, it was history.
Yes.
According to me, child marriage used to happen. Raja Ram Mohan Roy opposed it. Maybe it stopped. That was my story. But when I shot for it, I went to Rajasthan. I went to villages when we were promoting. I saw the reality is when I got the shock of my life that this is something that is still happening. Like even after Balika Vadhu, I'm not saying things stopped. They still happen. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, it should not, but it still happens. Similarly, Ugly Story is that mirror to the society. After shooting for it, realized that it is important for people to see that mirror, because as much as I felt uncomfortable while seeing those scenes and everything.
You watched the film?
Yeah, I watched the film
completely.
And I honestly think it's Nandu's best performance. It is technically one of the very strong film. Director making a debut with a bold subject like that needs some level of courage. This is not easy. So as a project, this is a very like a solid project, I would say. But when it comes to audiences, they should be prepared for what they are going for. It is not an easy film. You will feel the discomfort. We want you to feel the discomfort. We want you to hate Karthik. We want you to feel sorry for Neha. We want you to feel these emotions. Hence, the ending will make sense. When you watch the ending of the film, you will come out with that satisfaction of, if this is the reality, then this solution that has happened in the end is also the reality.
Neha వేసేస్తుందా నందుని?
I think, see, what happens till in the end.
గర్ల్ ఫ్రెండ్ అనే సినిమా వచ్చింది.
I loved it. What a movie. There are again mixed reviews for that also, right?
Of course. I personally spoke soon after I came out of the theater about the film. The whole family should watch this.
It's very important.
Very important.
I am really looking forward for your review after Ugly Story. It would matter. It would really matter.
అంటే అగ్లీ స్టోరీ అసలు అవికాకి అగ్లీ స్టోరీ అనే టైటిలే సెట్ అవ్వలేదు. నేను అనుకున్నాను అవిక ఉండడం ఏంటి, సినిమా పేరు అగ్లీ స్టోరీ ఏంటి అసలు అనుకున్నా.
బికాజ్ ఇన్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ లవ్, ఇన్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ I care for her or I love her,
I live for her,
I live for her, these are the statements,
templates.
And in the name of all of this, people are endorsing toxicity, endorsing obsession, endorsing everything that's wrong. And in this story, because it is not a love story, I was very clear when I signed the film. I asked the director very clearly, in the end, if the hero or whoever the character Karthik is, if he ends up making up with Neha, and if they live happily ever after, I'm not doing it, because then it is endorsing
Regular,
toxicity.
normal.
No, it's something that we are endorsing in a way that he's beating her, he's raping her, and at the end she's with him. That's wrong. So I don't want to do it.
అయితే అర్థమైంది నాకు. క్లైమాక్స్లో నేహ నందుగా వేసేస్తుంది.
No. Something else will happen. You will be happy with what happens.
ఓకే.
You will be
అసలు
really happy.
మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఈ సినిమా చేయడానికి ప్రధానమైన మీకు ఇన్స్పిరేషను గర్ల్ ఫ్రెండ్ రష్మిక మందన, టు బి వెరీ ప్రిసైజ్.
Not really.
దెన్ వై ఆర్ యూ టేకింగ్ సో మచ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ టు ఆన్సర్?
No, because I am trying to get more examples, which I'm not finding. So there are a lot of films in the past that I have watched which deal with sensitive. Thappad, Taapsee Pannu's film about domestic violence. Thappad, that was one. Pink, about why saying no is important. Amitabh Bachchan and Taapsee Pannu. So there are films in the past that talk about sensitive topics. Rashmika's film spoke about toxicity in relationships, in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship and everything. There also, I don't think there was domestic violence or marital rape or anything. I don't think it was that in the film. But this topic is slightly different. I wouldn't say completely, because at the end of the day, it is something that we are talking about inner demons. We are talking about what level can people go, like the extent of obsession in the name of love. We are talking about that. And in this whole thing, when it comes to my performance or how I have dealt with it, I think when I was performing, every minute, every dialogue or every action that I was doing, I was very, I was genuinely going back home with a very sad feeling, because I literally took it to my heart that whoever is going through this, it's just wrong. Something should happen and this should stop. That was the feeling. And as an actor, I have trained myself over years, you know. After every shot, if I'm emotionally or mentally feeling something, I start scrolling reels. I get back to normal self of mine. I would make joke with my assistant. I would get back to normal. That's me. That's how I have trained myself to come back. Otherwise, I'll keep feeling depressed in my real life also because of the character. So I don't want to do that. But in this film, there were days where I have gone home physically, mentally tired. And that only happens when you really feel or go through something while performing. There were scenes where Karthik is blowing smoke on my face, like standing right here. Very uncomfortable situation to be in. Nobody in my life would dare to do that to me. I would give a tight slap. So I was made to feel what that character would feel. And I know one thing for sure, that whoever watches it will exactly feel disgusted with Karthik, will feel ugly about the whole thing. And that is exactly what the movie is about. We want people to exactly witness what the journey looks like, not just of the girl, but also of the guy, because according to him, it's love. So the balance of showing that why he is justified and why the girl is the correct one here is the whole story. And the screenplay will of course give you both sides of the story. Why he is like that, why he behaves like that, what is his reason to do it, everything is covered. So there is a lot of logic put through everything.